Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey. I'm the host. We're playing Cyberpunk. This is our Cyberpunk campaign with me, Tarek, Gary, and Joe. And we cannot forget our game master for today is James. Thank you for watching. Share this with your friends. Show them how great Cyberpunk is. Sit back, enjoy. You're gonna have a great time. And of course, give us a comment if you're watching. I love to hear from you guys. I'd like to thank the patrons scrolling right over there. They're awesome. They give us money, so we will continue gaming for you. That's a thing that's happening. They also get to go into a poll to tell us what our favorite character is. And this week's poll winner is this week's pole dancer. Let me refresh the page real quick, and I'll get that information to you. Is a tie between Skipper Tom and Fandub.
All right. Then that means everybody in the group has the benefit now.
Okay.
We all have one get out of jail free card.
Really good one. All right.
One auto success or an I know a guy. Whichever you want to do.
Okay, sounds great.
Considering we're going into a radiated hellscape, that probably is a good thing.
So, thank you for being a patron. Thank you for supporting us in the poll. And if you're just watching out there, thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, like the stream. And away we go. James, you're up.
All right. When we last left off, you guys were still talking with Zero about the heist. We took care of some downtime shopping stuff between sessions. You should see some of that stuff on your character sheets now. Zero ends up mentioning that her idea for how to get the stuff out is that she's got access to a really old AV9 with a cargo attachment. So after you get into the vault or get a significant score, you can contact her and she'll bring it in and you can load everything up on that, and then she'll go back to flying overhead until you get the next one done.
I'll trust that if Skipper Tom certifies it's okay. If he looks it over and makes sure that it's up to his standards.
All right, let's check out this vehicle. Let's check it out, folks.
All right, she'll take you over to where she keeps it stored.
All right, we're going to do a land vehicle tech.
Nope, not land vehicle. It's an AV.
AV?
Yeah, Aerodyne vehicle. So
Aerodyne vehicle. Well, I don't
So
have
air vehicle tech works.
Well, I do get to add my moto of 5 into this.
Mm-hmm.
So Tech 3, Moto 5. Let's do it. That's a 14.
It's not bad. And especially for just inspecting it. It's old, it's beat up, it's a early, like mid-teens, 20-teens model. So it's very beat up, got a lot of miles on it. But from what you can tell, it's decently maintained. You can tell the locks that are holding the cargo pod on it are never going to open.
I got a question.
But that's not that bad a thing if all you're using it for is cargo.
We're going to fly this into the hot zone, right?
Zero will.
We are going to all be on board this thing, flying it into the hot zone, right?
Unless you choose to take your vehicle in there.
So, I'm going to check to see what kind of insulation our wires have, because high radiation can interfere with electronics. So I am going to check on that.
Well, you find that the main computer core has a jury rig radiation shield on it. AKA she somehow got a hold of a bunch of sheet lead and just kind of wrapped it up.
But the wires themselves, they just
Exposed.
got like plastic coating on them.
Yeah, they got standard wiring coding. She does say though she's not planning on staying long at any given time there.
You don't need to stay long
Exactly.
for this kind of stuff to affect you.
Well, for these things, the electronics should be fine for a little while. And I get out of the area and fly around a while, it should be fine.
Okay. If this is how she's getting around, how are we getting around?
That's up to you.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to take. No, I can't take the van. It's full of food.
And we'd probably die and you're not shielded from radiation.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be wearing
our
Go
suits
on
are.
foot.
We're gonna be wearing suits.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we? I'm actually going to describe my idea, says Fandub. I'm not saying I have an idea as my normal thing.
Because this one doesn't involve just charging in.
I was going to say we could procure a vehicle that sits in the cargo compartment. We drop the vehicle with us, get in it, use it just for the mission, and then dispose of the vehicle and just leave it in the hot zone.
Here's the problem. What we're gonna want is a vehicle that'll work without electronics in it. Just a combustion engine inside a cabin.
What about bicycles?
Sounds like Panda knows a guy.
Wait. Well, I was gonna check with some nomads. Nomads could hook us up with something that I'm just describing.
Or that.
We could use bicycles, biking in radiation suits. Or it
Well,
sounds really
your tires. It
hot and
depends
sweaty.
on how many Ronkin are getting sent off of the radiated zone. It could melt the tires.
It's not that hot. It's not that
No,
hot.
it's not that hot. One, it's 20 years or so after the detonation.
It's
And-
about how much leftover radiation is there, not about how hot the actual area is.
And
If a certain amount of radiation is there, it's going to wear down and decay.
the oldest or the hottest radiation stuff, the stuff with the highest rad counts, was taken out to fill in part of the harbor area and to create Morro Rock as fill under it.
All right. I'm going to make a phone call. And I'll get right back
That's what
to
I
you.
meant by procure. Your family knows all kinds of vehicles.
So, yeah, I'm going to use my agent. I'm going to call some people. You know what? I know a guy who can hook me up with some interesting vehicles.
Okay.
I know a guy.
What's the
You
guy's-
said I know a guy. I know a guy.
Okay. What's his name?
His name is
Or her name. Could be either. And you only have to say their street name. You don't have to come up with their actual legal name.
this guy.
Pudding cup.
What's a good name for like a guy who loves cars and deals in like different car, has his own
Jay Leno?
garage and does something like that, like
Road rash?
Road Rash is a terrible. That's like
Carlos,
That would be a biker name.
Juan or Juanito,
Nick Cage?
Javier.
Juan
Javier.
Carlos Maria de los Santos.
I'm thinking of a nom de plume that he might have. You know what I
Years.
mean?
An alias.
Rose,
Like
Fighter,
like a handle,
El
Top.
Tigre.
like El
Asphalt.
Tigre,
Diablo
Tigre.
Azul.
Carlos de Rata.
White Pumpkin.
Tarmac.
no.
Tarmac sounds great. I love that. That sounds good. We'll call him.
If only it was John Carmack, because then we would have like a trans-dimensional genius man who can just reprogram the radiation signature so that we all like survive.
But I do like that.
We all know
he's-
John Carmack.
I do like that he has like a Spanish name. I think he should be Cuban.
Nuno.
Huh?
Nuno.
Nuno?
Nuno, like Nuno.
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 Nuno Tarmac. Nuno the
Gotta do the
Tarmac
Enya.
man.
Nuno.
And
Nuno-
somebody asks him, "So what's your real last name?"
How about
Nuno Business?
how about this? How about this? Nitro Nuno. No, you don't like that? You hate it?
El Tigre Nitro.
Tigre Nitro.
Call him Toretto. Let's call him Toretto.
Toretto.
He
Sure.
lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Arañas. Arañas is spider in Spanish. Araña.
Arañas.
Call him Spider.
Quinchu Ocho.
Ikuetsuocha. Ikuetsuocha.
James, pick one of these excellent suggestions that are out there. Any one of them. Give them that name. Let's go.
You said you liked
Georgia.
Tarmac. That was the first one you said you liked. We'll go with that.
All right. Call him up.
Tarmac.
Yeah,
Tarmac.
because he likes
Hey.
to race on abandoned airfields.
Tarmac. Hey, it's Skipper Tom.
Hey, I
How?
haven't heard from you in a while.
Oh, you know.
The taco van still doing fine?
Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been around doing getting some tacos to you and the boys, but I've been cleaning
That's
out.
okay, I'm up near NorCal lately.
Well, I've been cleaning out some skags in this I thought it was an abandoned village, but apparently it was filled with mutants. I don't know. I got rid of them. We're fixing the place up, but we need some cash. So we got this job for some cash, but we need a combustion only vehicle that fits 4. I was wondering if you
Ooh.
knew a guy that was looking to part with one. We're gonna destroy it, so it doesn't have to be comfortable.
I was going to ask, do I get it back? That changes things.
We're going into the hot zone with it, so they don't want anything with electronics.
Ah, okay.
Hey,
right.
don't tell anybody I told you that. That's in trust.
Well, I got one vehicle that might work for that, but I don't know if you'd like it.
Why wouldn't I like it?
It's a GMC Pacer.
I knew that was what he was going to say.
Look, I'll
Just
make it run.
psychically.
It's only got to run for a single day.
Might do that. I've done what I could to make it work.
I,
You know what that means.
I trust you.
But if you're going into the hot zone, I'm going to have to mod it a little more because, well, rubble and regular suspension don't mix.
Hey, I got some money, so if
Oh,
you
fucking
if you can lift it and put truck tires on it,
That's
that
so
would be
sketchy.
nice.
Turn a Pacer into a monster truck. That sounds fun.
That sounds exactly like something someone would do in the 80s. Someone in the South.
Tell you what, I'll get my crew started on it. You come see me in 2 days.
2 days. We got 2 days, guys.
Oh, yeah.
0. Talk to me. Do we got 2 days?
She goes, we got whatever time you want. Nobody knows we're going.
All right. We got 2
And
days
my
for you.
drones still are saying that the rubble hasn't been moved over the entrances.
Hey, Tarmac, what kind of damage are we looking at here?
The Pacer's actually an antique. Hard to find. A lift kit and all of that. But it's you, man. How about this? You owe me one. I'll collect later.
All right, sounds good. Sounds great. I'll be there in 2 days. And make
Hang on
sure.
a sec. Pushes a couple. You hear his agent beep a couple times. and then your agent beeps. When you look at it, you see it's got his new address on it. Apparently, he's actually in the Watson development, not too far south of the NorCal military base.
Wow, hey, you making enough money to move shops? Or you still have the old one?
No, I had an issue with some booster gangers. Metalstrom decided they liked my building.
All right, well, I tell you what, I'm running with a crew now. You ever get any trouble like that again, you just give me a call. I got some people.
At least Maelstrom was nice enough as boosters to let me get all my shit out.
That is nice of them.
They
All
tell
right.
you to take in your shop and then give you time to get your shit out. I'll never understand boosters.
Well, I'm just glad you're okay. And you're still in business. I'll see you soon. I hope
Hey,
the build
when
goes
you
well.
come, bring your taco truck because my boys are going to want to eat.
You bet. All right. Doot. All right, I got ourselves a ride. It's a GMC Pacer we're going to lift.
She says, "That's my dream car."
Can I roll education to see the, or like electronic security or something?
G-
Like I feel like there's something here. that should-
Education would work for just knowing what the hell a GMC Pacer is.
Well, I'm saying not only what it is, but would this be even helpful for us going into an
This
irradiated?
car's cute as a button.
Yeah, but it was known for having so many problems.
Aw,
14.
It's adorable. I love it. I love its little hatchback.
It's
Wow,
a
I rolled a 2. Great.
It's a 1960s to 70s piece of shit, really.
There's a Chrysler 2019
but they were
Pacer.
built
It
before
looks completely
computers
different.
programmed everything in a car.
How are you
To
going
be fair, Pacers actually started the hot hatch thing because they were so moddable that you could just pull out all the innards and put in just about anything you wanted, and you'd have a cute hatchback that goes 200 miles an hour.
I got to say, I love it. I'm kind of in love with this car.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
what
ugly.
they drove in. It was the party wagon in Wayne's World. That was a
Oh,
GMC
was it?
Pacer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's got the room for the 4 of you in it, and plus room to stick like Fandub's new spider drone.
The little
I was gonna say a robot of some variety that's going to pull wacky pranks on us and the dean of the college that's nearby.
the little square the little square headlight wells with the round headlight bulbs in them. That's so cute.
Dude, we get it. The car is cute.
I want to
We've all
hug this
seen a Pacer
car.
before. Have you never seen a Pacer before?
Apparently, I have, but I never registered it in my brain. I'm not a car guy. I don't know.
They're
Well,
really
they-
good.
They
To
were
be
known
fair,
for
they've gotten
having
more popular in recent times because people gut them and make them with cool paint jobs and low rider
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
true.
because you basically have
my
to
cousin-
gut them
my
because
cousin
they
had
were
one when
with
I was-
so many problems otherwise.
Yeah, my cousin had one when I was growing up, and he hated it because it's
Yeah, it's a
well,
running...
that's why they called them gremlins.
well. But then he got
No,
a. Then he
Gremlins
got
was
a.
the next gen that was
Yeah.
inspired
Wait.
by it that also was plagued by the problems.
You know why he hated the car? Because he didn't put any love into it. He didn't put money back into his car.
No, he put a lot of money. He had to put too much money. It was way too expensive for him. It was like, God damn, I have to fix the thing all the time, and nobody wants to fix it for me because it has American parts.
Well, like I said, what you do with a Pacer is you just take everything out of it that was made by GMC except for the body and frame, and you put Porsche parts in it.
Yeah,
And
we
you'll
can't
be
afford
better
that.
off.
Or V-Dub, which also fit quite nicely.
Oh my God! There's a picture
Porsche
of
is
one.
big Volkswagen.
There's a picture of one
Nowadays,
that has
back
been.
then it wasn't.
There's a picture of one on AutoWeek.com that has been lifted with. It's a lifted one. It's not lifted high, but it looks pretty. It looks freaking cool.
Okay,
It's like a
GMC
little
Pacers
movement.
are the Corellian stock light freighters of cars.
They're the fastest hunk
That's
of junk
what
in the
they are.
galaxy now.
The people buy them specifically because they're
You can
going to
mod the
destroy
crap out.
everything they
It's
were.
they're project cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you buy one. And they can be worth quite a lot nowadays because they don't make them. Except as kits.
We got to move on from this. Oh my God, they have the door handles that pull out like this, and they're steel, and they're. We got to stop
get the
talking
feeling-
about this because I'm just.
I get the
I'm
feeling
in
we'll
love.
be keeping this car instead of discarding it.
It's sad that they have so many problems because like. I'm super into it. Maybe I'll get like a little model kit and just
It
build
wasn't
one
even
myself.
GMC. It was AMC.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
AMC.
Oh, it's an AMC. Yeah, it's AMC.
American Motor Cars. It was a little known company that only pretty much made those, and that was it. And their big thing was you're buying an American car. That was the whole selling point, is that every part of it and the car itself was made in America.
Wasn't also the car from Back to the Future? Or
No,
the DeLorean.
that was a DMC,
right.
DeLorean motor car. He had a lot of cocaine, made one type of car, and the other companies shut him down. But that's okay because actual DeLoreans are kind of crap.
They're,
Okay,
they're
guys.
terrible to drive. I've
Oh,
driven
yeah.
one. My boss, my old boss, had a DeLorean as a gimmick. We would drive it out to
I'm-
movie premieres and stuff like that.
I'm
And
gonna
it
put
was
up.
so terrible to drive that car.
I'm gonna put up on the stream this ad for an AMC Pacer. I'm just gonna put this up for everybody to see. Look at this. Have you seen the trailer for the new Resident Evil with the 8-foot woman and the meme where everybody wants her to step on you? Look at this. Look at this beauty. I don't know if y'all can see it or not.
Where did you put it?
On the stream.
On the stream.
Yeah, but it's behind everything on the stream for some reason.
Yeah, you just got it in the little window on the side rather than actually out
Hold on,
front.
There you
I'm
go.
trying to make it as full
There we
screen as
go.
possible for you guys.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, look at that!
Why
Tell
is
me how
there-
much you love this.
that the reflection on the back window makes it look so much worse because it makes it look almost like a bunch of bird shit or
Yeah,
it's just like a big white river coming off.
I can't believe you're looking at that and not looking at the girl though.
Look at the girl first, and then I looked down and I was like, why does it look like there's just that does not look right.
Okay. The photography could be a little better. You know, commercial
No, it
photography
looks
is
like
an
it's
art.
I'm saying it looks more sexualized. It looks like there's a glob of jizz on the back of the car.
We lost Joe.
I was just trying to say that without saying
Uh-oh.
jizz, but that's what it looks like.
Okay. Back to Cyberpunk. I think we've shared enough. I could talk about this all day. This could be the entire show, guys. We need Joe back. Joe left us. I hope his
Yeah, he froze for a minute and then disconnected.
Right,
I'm
right.
assuming it was an internet thing.
well, he lives in Hawaii.
Wow, it's amazing.
And you
Just
live in-
talking about the
and
Pacer
you,
made
and
it.
you live in Alaska.
And I live in Alaska. We have
Yeah.
surprisingly good internet here in Alaska.
Joe will come back pretty soon. He just messaged that his router decided to reset on him.
Hmm.
And I think you need to reset our view windows because it's all chopped up.
That's because Joe left.
Okay.
If there's not an extra name in the Zoom.
As soon as Joe comes back, it'll all right itself.
Just talking about Pacers made stuff malfunction.
Entirely possible.
Well, while we're waiting for Joe, would you guys like to tell me what your dream car is? If you could have any car right now, from supercar to muscle car to truck, any year could be like a freaking Model T. What's your dream car, man? No, everybody has one.
2005 BMW M5.
BMW M5. Looking it up.
That would be the okay, I've made it car. But for just general purposes on what I'm likely to be able to afford right now.
Like what year? BMW M5.
2005.
Huh?
05.
2005?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think like an Aston Martin Roadster, or
Those are nice too.
or their hypercar.
Main reason I would love to have the BMW M5 from '05 is Top Gear actually all
man.
three of them absolutely loved the car.
The Aston.
They never said a bad thing about it. It's a somewhat luxury vehicle without being over the top. It's durable, it's reliable,
Okay, I'm way off on all you guys.
Aston
Ready for this
Martin.
one?
I love it. I love this Aston Martin. This is like a kind of a dream car kind of thing. Yeah, definitely.
Ready for this?
All right, I'm ready
Okay,
for this.
A true dream car. Okay. A Tucker, mint condition, but
Oh.
purple, with a supercar engine and electromagnetic motors on the wheels, so it gets the takeoff of an electric car, but the power of a
What's a
true
Tucker?
supercar engine.
Tucker was the first car to actually have seat belts standard, breakaway glass.
Oh, I
roll
see it.
cages,
Okay, this is an
and
old school
independently
1948.
turning headlights.
This is the
It is an
1948 boat.
Yeah, it's an old car that they actually took the speedway near here for their test drives, and when they crashed one,
It
as a
looks
test
like
crash, the guy
this-
who drove it got out and said, "Can we do that again?"
this car.
He also got back in and it kept running.
This car looks like what the 1950s thought the future was going to look like. That's what
Yes,
this car
it
looks
does.
like.
It had
Yep.
it was a very advanced car, but the three major auto manufacturers at the time, Reed, Ford, GM, and I forget the other one. Really,
Eddie?
Chevy is GM at that time.
Eh.
But
Joe, what about you? Sorry.
Joe has a
car.
dream car. He's got it on his brain right now. He knows.
My dream car?
Yeah.
My dream car. The 1980s version of Dodge Viper. The one that used to be on that show Viper. I think it was 88. There's that show Viper. The dude was like a spy and had
Yep,
that fucking
yep.
spy car.
Oh yeah.
That exact car.
that
Just-
was during the time when the Viper was new, and it was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
The
Yeah,
blue,
that's
the
always
blue one with
been
the two
my
white
dream
racing
car.
stripes on it.
Now, for old cars, I'm right there with you on Dodge, but I'm going a couple decades earlier for dream old car, Dodge Demon.
Demons are pretty good, actually. I like the Dodge Demon.
All
My
right.
mom had a Dart, which was the version they made after the outcry over the name Demon. And I loved that car.
My dream car is the Model T powered by Flubber.
You want Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, I want the Model T powered by Flubber. I don't need attitude from my car.
Let's just do Grease Lightning from Grease. Yeah. The White Lightning one.
My dream car is Ghost Rider's car with the flames and everything for the wheels. And
I've always been fascinated with the idea of Flubber because in the original movie, he said that it is the only substance that when you bounce it or put energy into it, instead of less energy coming back, it produces more. Which is like, if you think
It breaks
about
the
it,
law of thermodynamics.
oh yeah, it utterly did. That means that an ounce of Flubber could put you to the moon if you just, I don't know, hooked a 9-volt battery to it.
Or let it bounce enough for impact and gravity.
it's like a cat toast drive. Do y'all know what a cat toast drive is? It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. For the
Strap a
people
piece of
who
butter
are
toast
watching
on
who
the
may
back
not
of a cat, throw in the air.
for people who are watching who may not know what a cat toast drive is, cats always land on their feet, and toast always lands butter side down. So if you put toast on the back of a cat, butter the side up on that toast and drop it, the butter will want to land face down, but the cat will want to land on its feet. So it will never be able to land, and it will constantly spin trying to figure out how to land. And because
creating an infinite energy
exactly
generation.
as it levitates
At
there,
least
and you
until
can
the
use
cat
that.
dies.
You can use that to power your starship.
It'll
It's great.
spin forever.
Yeah, the cat will never die because it's stuck in a universal paradox. Cannot move forward or backward in time.
I was so into flubber when a few years ago that me and someone I knew actually came up with armor suits that were powered off of it, that were based on Iron Man, but it had a layer of flubber in it that it drew its energy from, thereby making shields on it infinitely powered.
We've got to
I
get
think-
back to Cyberpunk.
I think.
Okay, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I think if you challenged any of us, any one of us could write a really high quality flubber fan fiction. I really believe that. I
Just
think
the
anyone-
concept
It's
is
flubber-
such a mind-boggling
It's
thing.
flubber slash fiction. I made a woman, not a flubber.
Next,
I put
OpenDC
energy into her,
campaign.
and she kept pushing more out. She kept-
Next OpenD6 campaign right there, Flubber.
Flubber.
Now I have a million flubber children.
They power my starship.
So you
My
guys got 2
children are
days to
flubber.
wait on that vehicle. What do you want to do during it?
I'm gonna go look for a insulation for my cyber deck and maybe get an upgrade on my cyber deck. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm going to get. I'm going to see if anybody wants to interview me.
Yes, I'm amazing. Please come forward. One
You
at a
may
time,
need-
please.
Well, your
stay
agent
in
has
an
no
orderly
messages
fashion.
from the News Corps.
Oh man. Fine
I
then.
was
I'm
in
going
the
to spend the
news
2 days just customizing my mono katana set, my daisho set.
Yeah, basically you just need to replace the laser in it.
Well, that's what I got the tech guy we ran into for. And I'm going to make sure that it has a proper Danger Girl paint job on it.
So I do have insulated wiring already installed into my cyber deck, which takes up a hardware slot, but my suit gives me a hardware slot, so kind of a wash. But I'm probably gonna have to add some kind of radiation shielding to this thing so it doesn't fry, and also
Yeah.
maybe
Hardened circuits.
well, unless the suit would naturally protect it, but I'd like to have even better protection. So it's hardened circuits.
Yeah, hardened circuitry would do that.
Okay, and how much does that cost?
That's 100 EB.
100 ED, and then how soon can I get that installed?
Oh, pretty much same day. And if you're buying a whole new deck, you can just do that and have it part of it.
I see. Okay, cool. So then that's what I will do. Can I transfer? Well, I guess it's already installed into my suit, so I don't really need to worry about that. All right, then yeah, then I'll do that. It's well, how expensive is an expensive or an excellent quality? Cyber deck?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
I don't even know if I can afford it. But I got 5,500, so I think I can. Sorry. Also, I don't have the book, my copy of the book anymore. I didn't.
Dead silence.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Just trying to figure out what the pricing actually would be because the book doesn't really say. It's got the excellent quality one listed, but it doesn't actually say how much it is.
I think there's a section that says how much that there's like a multiplier on the excellent quality modifier. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't.
There
I
should
don't
be a
have it.
section in the book that.
Oh, in that
that
case,
lists-
we'll just say it's $1,000.
Well, I think the basic one is $1,000. So
No, the basic one's
I would
500.
imagine it'd be. Oh, it was 500.
Yeah.
Let's say 2,500 because I think it would at least be times 5.
Okay, then.
for
You
excellent
want to spend
quality. I'm
more
just
on your deck?
trying to
That's
be.
fine with me.
I'm just trying to be fair about the pricing. You know what I mean? I imagine it would be pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The 2,600, I'll spend that just to make sure that you got a nice one. And then what does excellent quality give me? I'm assuming it gives me some kind of a benefit.
Yeah, you get 9 slots instead of 7 for running programs.
And is there an additional RAM? Oh, it's right here. Never mind. I see it. You can just switch it to, yeah, 9. Okay, perfect.
Oh yeah, $1,000
Thank you.
is what a basic excellent quality cyber deck is with 9 slots available.
Oh, it is only 1,000.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's way cheaper than I thought it was. That is going to be sweet.
Now, like all new computer users, you have to take it apart, spray paint the case, make it yours, cut little holes in it.
Yeah, and then put my stench onto it. Make sure that nobody else can claim ownership.
Insulated wiring's 100, hardened circuitry is 100.
I guess I should get practiced using Bill Murray, which is what I'm naming my spider drone because it's my caddy, in reference to Caddyshack.
Well, it's got no real brain of its own. You have a remote in hand that you point with a laser designator and say, move here, and it moves there.
Well, that's kind of like Bill Murray's character in Caddyshack.
That's about all it does. It walks
Yeah.
around with you.
But I have a spider drone.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, of course, run it all over everyone and everything.
And hardened circuitry just protects for radiation.
Hardened circuitry, it protects against EMP effects, microwave pulses, and non-black ice program effects of that sort of thing. Cannot be temporarily disabled, rendered inoperable, or destroyed by these things. And since EMP is a form of radiation, it should also protect against background radiation.
All right, sounds fair.
I spray paint an advertisement for Skipper Tom's taco truck on the side of the spider drone.
Well, it's
Buy 2
circular
tacos.
with 8 legs off of it.
Well, that way people who, when they see it on the news feed, because this is going to be big, can see sponsored by Skipper Tom's taco truck.
Why are you doing this to me?
With a picture, you gotta do a picture of what's his name? Swabby?
Yeah, Swabby's my mascot.
You gotta
No,
put a
I'm
picture
going
of
to-
Swabby on there too.
Oh, I just get a stuffed, cat toy that looks like Swabby and stick it on it and duct
It's-
tape it to it.
It's my logo is
You find somebody who makes a Grebo in orange.
my
Yep.
my logo is Skipper's Tacos, and there's the big orange tabby with a sailor hat with the little red ribbon that comes down.
And he's pissed looking. I just imagine Swabby looks like
Yeah.
Grumpy Cat, but even more frustrated.
So
He's
He
like
has
a-
like a Fisher hat.
Let's
He has
do
like a
it.
He has
Fisher
like-
hat on.
Yeah, he has like the stank face grumpy cat look, but has a cute little
The entire
adorable
2 days.
sailor hat.
Exactly, little Fisher hat with like the little hooks on the side, like hanging down.
I was thinking more
For
like
the-
a
for the
Donald
2
Duck
days
kind
that
of
we're waiting, I'm going to make a video from the highway battle that I filmed the entire time, right? For my new hit single, Phosphorus, and in Rancho Coronado. That's what I'll be doing. All right, throwing it out there. Doing what I can to publicize it.
some heavy influence from Kenny Rogers' Danger Zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't you mean Kenny Loggins?
Yes, that's what I meant. Thank you. As soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong, but I knew you'd correct me, so I waited.
Perfect. Yep. So that's what's going on with me. Just filming a music video.
Okay. Let's see here. See, what skill would that be?
Performance.
Maybe. You're mostly editing and the performance with your instrument would be part of that, but
It would probably be a tech skill.
composition. Composition would be for writing the song, for making the music video, and making it all work together.
All right,
And then you can do your play guitar on top of it if you want as a secondary skill to add to it.
All right, so there's composition.
Ooh, holy crap! This is probably the best video to come out of Night City in years.
Yes. All right.
So he just
It's all
made
those
the equivalent
upskirt
of
shots of,
Michael Jackson's Thriller video.
Only with cars on a highway and explosions.
And little girl throwing
Hey,
grenades.
I didn't pick the fans, all right? They picked me.
It's gonna be great.
And carefully edit it to completely avoid fan dubs flubs.
Yeah, all right,
So
yeah.
it's just the awesome moments.
It's
It ends where I
Project
say
Badass.
follow.
It's Project Badass video.
It gets 12 views on YouTube.
But it kills on space TikTok.
Space TikTok.
TikTok.
And only samurais, it gets all the money.
Oh yeah, Only Samurais is killing. You're raking in dough on Only Samurais.
Breaking in the dough.
It's literally a type of e-coin that's called dough though.
Dope.
Dukecoin. Duke.
Dope.
Bitcoin.
Somebody
Bitcoin.
actually starts up a new
Okay,
cryptocurrency.
Like Duke, but it's
called
like
Dukecoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And you do it with a backwards K, like corn.
Ducat already sounds like it would
Duke-
be a currency.
We,
I'm sorry, this costs 12 ducats.
I already have my own cryptocurrency. They're called taco tokens. You can-
Jeez.
You can only buy them at my truck.
Yeah,
and you can also only spend them at my truck.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with that.
Isn't that
For some
called
reason,
a
that
gift
one shop
card?
in Disney World, you can spend them there, but we don't know
Yeah,
why.
also at Disney World. But considering that the mouse is now like a nuclear irradiated hell zone, you probably don't want to go there. But you can't spend them. They will take it.
No. Disney is still big in Cyberpunk. You don't mess with the mouse.
I know. Yeah, exactly. They're big in Cyberpunk and in Shadowrun. Disney survives in both games. 'Cause
Yeah,
of
Rashish
course they
Botmars
will.
in the
Of
2020
fucking course they
edition
will.
is actually quoted as saying, "I will never run against Disney.
Dude,
Do not mess with the mouse."
in Shadowrun, it's still Disney, and they call it the mouse, and you do not fuck with the mouse. Yeah, they have an orbital laser station above their fucking facility in California.
In Cyberpunk's case, it's just the sheer amount of black ice they use to protect their shit.
You know what? If they had,
It's a suicide run to try and make a data run against
if Disney had a orbital laser satellite, they'd probably call it the Enchanted Castle or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah, of course. But they say in Shadowrun, it's a big running like gag that you don't fuck with the mouse because the mouse has like everything. It's like a huge lockdown place where there's super security because the Disney had to survive. Even though California is a free state and has like dissolved, and some of it has fallen into the fucking ocean, the Disney World is still there, and Disneyland is still in Florida.
Well, watch
All right,
out,
so-
now. Duke Kid and Company's coming for you.
Paris.
So that's the 2 days.
Yep. So you guys head out
I
to
don't know
go
if anybody else.
up the pacer.
You didn't ask me what I did during those 2 days.
I assume you sold tacos.
That's right. I smoked weed and sold tacos every day. And every day is kind of the
Damn.
same. I have fun and I feel no shame. Smoke weed and sell tacos every day.
Eat tacos.
Hell yeah.
Eat
But Tom's
tacos.
secretly a
Eat
savage.
tacos every day, yeah. Pink tacos.
Skipper Tom, the white version of Snoop Dogg.
I don't even remember what her name is.
Angie.
I was about to derail us again with some throwbacks. But
I'm gonna try one of
All right.
So you guys drive up through the Watson development to Tarmac's new base.
The Watson development, far in the north.
Yep, and in fact, this particular one base is about here.
Are there schools in the Watson development?
Yes.
Of course, because it's elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah, it's an urban zone. So-
I got the joke, Corey.
oh,
Someone hit him with a plastic lightsaber.
Crystal, would you smack him, please?
Derek, your face is amazing. I love it.
went right over my fucking head. I was like, dude, of course there's schools. What are you, stupid? Make
Well,
me look
Sherlock,
like an
there's
ass.
high schools too, and junior highs.
So we go up to Tarmac's garage and junkyard or whatever he has, his car collection and garage. I don't know.
It's Tarmac's Customs and Racing.
Ooh, nice.
When the NorCal military base restructured a little bit, he managed to actually acquire a secondary airport that they had. And he's turned it into a racetrack.
Sounds awesome. So, the boosters taking over his last shop was the best thing that could have happened to him.
Pretty much. Which is why he just kind of shook his head and said, I'm not going to understand boosters.
They really wanted that crappy cement building I was in, and just the building, nothing else.
So you pull up in front, and almost immediately a swarm of a whole bunch of different guys and gals in greasy overalls come running out going, tacos!
Right, I get busy. I'll make everybody tacos because they're how much am I out for the tacos?
Well, he wipes you out. His crew wipes you out.
Oh, well, then that's a lot of money. That's at least
so whatever a full load costs you.
Okay, I have no idea. We'll have to look that up, but
Sell your tacos at 10% over cost.
Like 100. You probably have like 100 or a couple $100 worth of fish and supplies in that thing.
Yeah,
maybe that even includes oil costs.
How about 600? How about 600 credits for the?
No, I was going to say 5, but 6 works too.
That
you made you got some special extra quality ingredients for these guys.
All right.
They're family.
Do you use essence of
nothing
real flavor?
stops family around here.
There's always food for family.
There's always food for family. We do anything for family.
And like Tarmac has always done when you've come around, he's the last one in line.
I gotta say,
he makes sure his boys and gals get to eat first.
I'm enjoying the Fast and Furious family memes that are going around right now. I have not seen a Fast and Furious since Tokyo Drift.
I never saw Tokyo Drift, but I think I saw the one after it.
I have not seen any movies after Tokyo Drift.
The movies are good because they know that they're making what they're making at this point. After Tokyo Drift, they started to understand this is not a serious thing we're doing.
Logic,
we know what we're doing.
Reason, we don't need any of that bullshit.
We're making martial arts films with cars.
Yeah, we got The Rock. We don't need any of that.
We got Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
And all the holograms we can ever want.
Rock the Johnson Dwayne.
So we get
Rock
to
that
see.
guy.
I'm dying to see this pacer.
So Tarmac's the last one. Does the whole hand clasp thing in that style with you, pulls you in for a hug.
Right.
He goes, haven't seen you in a while, Skipper.
Yeah, like I said.
Glad to see you're still intact.
Well, that I'm glad
I
I'm
saw
intact
the
too.
news.
I'm glad I'm intact too. But tell you what, I'm glad those boosters didn't do anything worse than take your building. But it looks like it all worked out for the best around here.
Yeah, actually, it did. Once I got my stuff out, I was left going, what am I going to do? Then it turned out one of the boys had a contact with the military guys. And, well, I made an offer. They agreed. And it was a decent offer. I said I'd do maintenance on whatever vehicles they wanted. And for a year.
Well, it looks like you've
You
done
agreed
pretty
to
good
it.
for yourself. This track looks great. I'd love to drive a car on it, though. I would not this boat over here, but whatever you got.
Hey, you know, man, just come on by. I'll hook you up on any of that.
So let's take a look.
And after
I'm too
watching you on the
terrified to
news,
drive on a
man,
course
I'm
like this.
considering starting to work with semis and make racing semis.
That sounds amazing. Let's do that. So let's
For
check
the-
out this. Let's check
For
out
the
this pacer.
people like your gal there, though, I'm going to have to insist on harnesses and riggings attaching you.
Wait, are you talking about? Oh, you saw the
Yeah.
video. It was pretty
Yeah.
good, right?
It was on the news. 54 covered it.
Oh, I thought you meant Dukett's video.
Oh,
I
that,
thought his was pretty
yeah, I
good.
saw that too.
Yeah, these are my friends. This
Yeah,
is
it's a lovely
Ophelia.
thing.
This is
We've
Duke.
actually been rocking to it on repeat for the entire time we've worked on the
Right.
Pacer.
I'd be way
Okay.
too terrified to drive a car around this racetrack you got here, but
We got beginner
maybe if it
models
had
too.
some, maybe it had some Neuralink
Yeah, we got
inputs,
those.
and I could do a sub
And this
drop.
and this one over here is Fandub, and I'm sure Fandub would want like some turtle shells or something on the course too.
She says, "No, just live fire with non-lethal rounds. Everybody on motorcycles."
I
Um,
imagined a giant
we
guitar
actually do have arena
with-
nights once a month
or a
on the
technical
10th.
attack. That's just
I can't hear you,
And
Tarek.
we allow more than just non-lethal. We actually take combat biking going on there.
Tarek, what'd you say?
I said I would have thought Fandub would have had one with a giant guitar on the front with pyrotechnics in the back, but each one has their own taste.
This
I
is
have a personal feeling for motorcycles, she says.
this is turning into like a Twisted Metal kind of thing where I'm driving my fish truck around, but missiles are coming out of it. And Fandub.
And there's
is,
like a clown head on the top that's just, like
rocking.
throwing rockets out.
You got a
For-
tire like weird UFO kind of car going on with like
And you got Duke
Antennas
actually
coming out of it.
standing just under that bouncing clown head, rocking out.
there-
No, Duca has to be the one guy who strapped himself into the car permanently, the giant wheel, where he's mostly naked and is attached to the wheel.
But the wheel has a
be
bunch
able to
of knives
perform.
on the side of it.
Fandub's
okay.
car is like it has machine guns on it and has a spray painted anime girl on it with fishnets and bunny ears.
And not
I just
much
want to say
else.
right now, if I had a choice of vehicle in this game, it would be like Axel from Twisted Metal, except I'd just be rocking out the whole time with the guitar
Yeah.
in the middle.
From this far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
I-
guy, Axel.
I
I
don't know.
ride
If,
to
I
the
don't
power
know.
of rock.
I don't know if my character or Gary's character would be more the type to bring a mech to a race, but I'll leave that up for debate. She has the anime-ness that she could be like Gundam style, just have like a Mechazord, just appear around her, form just around her. But
I'd
I
have to
seem like
have
I'm the
a-
tech person who'd like show up with a mech as well.
I'd have to have a transformer if I had a mech.
Or mine would be like the little chair that's like a helicopter. I'm just like riding around in a little helicopter.
Every time I fire my special, it says one shall stand and one shall fall.
I don't know, man. When I see when I hear Fandub having a transforming robot, I'm getting Biko vibes from that, from Project Echo, where she has like this vehicle that transforms into a giant robot to try and challenge Echo, but then it cuts to the inside, and she's like, all of the gears and stuff have invaded the cockpit because it transformed, and she's like, I'll get you. Let me press the button. I don't know if
Poor
y'all
Biko.
Huh?
Poor Biko. Her father stole all her designs to make his company. And she's in love with Seiko, which is just the worst thing you could possibly be.
Really.
I have to say that Fandub reminds me the most of a magical girl character, like magical girl school character. That's Fandub. She's going to one day develop into a magical girl.
But the magical girl shoots bullets.
Do magical girls have...
Well, no, the magical girl's just like evil and angry, but nobody believes that she's evil and angry because she's a magical girl.
I don't know much about magical girl stuff. Do they have mecha and magical girls?
Dude, it's like a huge trope in anime. Like every anime is an animal girl. It's a magic girl anime.
That's because of Sailor Moon.
I don't think that
if you try hard enough, all of them become magic girl anime.
I just don't recall any mecha being in magical girls.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there was that blue
Ronin
skin
Warriors
girl in it with magic powers. I'm sorry, you're right.
I guess
every one of them.
I guess Escaflowne would come close
Definitely.
to
Escaflowne.
Evangelion again.
Magical girl.
No. Ixer. Ixer is a magical girl that definitely has robots because the one girl is the power source for Ixer, who is the magical girl's robot.
I have never heard of this anime.
What's the one with Escaflowne? Stampede?
Escaflowne is person transported into into a fantasy world.
Trigun.
Kind of anime. Those have a specific name. Where
Isekai.
Yeah, Isekai. That's Escaflowne is an Isekai.
Yeah, it's one of the earlier ones, right up there with El Hazard.
Outlaw Star is definitely a magic girl.
What are you talking about?
It is. They have magical girl stuff happens.
Magical girls have magic wands, wear short, little fluffy skirts.
The anime where you got influence for.
So you know a lot about magical girl schools.
Cowboy Bebop is also a magical girl because of Edward.
Exactly.
To me, a magical girl is only magical girl if they transform.
Y'all don't understand what tropes and genres are.
We're making a joke and beating it to death.
I see that now. You know what's a magical girl anime? Star Wars.
Exactly. Anything you want can be a magical girl school if you try hard enough.
You know what was the
Megatron is a magical girl.
You know who the best magical girl was? Donald Trump. President Donald Trump was the best magical girl.
Please don't make me picture Donald Trump and Sailor Moon.
Too late. It's done.
Donald Trump, Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and Ivanka Trump are all magical
Donald
girls.
Trump is now throwing his hands up in profile, and it seems like he's naked, even though it's just a silhouette, as a dress forms around him.
Well, that's killed my sex drive for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that dumper's getting wrapped up in a diaper.
Anyway, Carmack leads you into the building and has this vehicle that is sitting up at least 6 feet off the ground on its tires under a large cloth. He goes, I hope you like the colors. Yank. And it's a pacer that has been put up on 6-foot tires.
6 foot?
Yep. You'll need a ladder to get in.
Oh my goodness, we didn't need it that high. I hope we can get it under bridges.
Oh yeah.
Everything's demolished over there anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
A pacer's only like about 4 or 5 feet in and of itself to begin with. So this thing's under.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
right at 10.
We might have difficulty getting in more than we do climbing up.
James, what was that you were saying about me getting a chain gun and it can only be attached to vehicles? And that's the problem?
Yeah, they really only offer chain guns for vehicles.
I point at vehicle. Now we're playing with power.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to rig it somehow
Unfortunately,
on top
a
of
chain gun requires computer
compact-
systems to fully operate properly.
and it's a compact car, so like that thing might literally rip the roof off.
Yeah.
I'll just get an old Vicker from World War II and attach it to the thing, so I don't need a computer.
I
Some
checked to see if there's a
water-cooled
roll
Vicker.
cage on this thing.
Eh?
A roll cage. Okay, it's got 6 foot
I
tires.
put a frame in.
Okay, just checking. Like,
If this is a 6 foot tall car, it needs a roll cage.
yeah.
Walks over to the side, pushes a little latch button. You hear it click, and a metal ladder slides down.
Nice.
And he goes,
I'm gonna yell
once you're
shotgun
in,
and jump in.
you just reach down and start pulling it back up. It'll go into the undercarriage.
Can we
I
take
was
this?
waiting for him to finish saying what he was gonna say before I said shotgun. You asshole, Joe.
Can I take 3 laps in this thing?
Sure.
All right.
And I ride in the back and hoot at all
go-
the
Y'all make
people
sure
we go
it's
by.
safe, and then I'll jump in afterwards. Enjoy.
I'm gonna sit in the shotgun in the passenger seat, right, and I'm gonna take out my camera and wait for Skipper Tom to get in and film the whole thing.
All right. Let's drive a car.
I sit in the back with the hatchback open.
Souped up the engine some, gave it a. Actually, I ripped out the old engine and put a new one in that was bigger. Since
Souped
there's
up
more
the
room underneath, it
horrible
actually
engine.
gets slower inside of it, but it's still there.
Drive land
I
vehicle.
put this Porsche engine inside of my Pinto just so I can get a couple more MPGs.
I got a 17 to drive this thing and put it through its paces.
I feel like that
All
joke
right.
was lost on everybody.
This thing's got a fair amount of get up and go. Your initial hit on the accelerator actually causes you to wheelie for like an eighth of a mile.
Oh, neat. I'm checking to see, like, after we after we do each lap, I'm gonna check the engine to make sure that it's like not leaking oil after it, because you said these things break often. So I just want
You
to
put
see
a
like
completely new engine in.
a
It's an
completely
all-new suspension.
new engine.
Yeah.
Well,
New
okay.
transmission. He basically did what all good rodders do with a pacer and stripped all the components out and replaced
Okay,
them.
I'm just making
Question.
sure that if I push it harder than I need to, it's still gonna work. Rather than, like there's a threshold where I shouldn't go over. Don't go over 60 in this thing, otherwise the gasket's gonna blow or something like that.
Oh no, too many gigawatts.
Too many gigawatts.
No, in fact, it seems to run just fine to you. Right before you get to doing your third lap while you're inspecting it, his boys end up pulling out a bunch of junkers and line them up for you.
Oh, cool.
I talk shop.
So that at the end, you can actually do the monster truck over the top of
Well,
them.
you have to figure out if it can get over rubble or not and how that handles. So I'll go ahead and do that too.
I'm gonna talk. I'm
Give
gonna
me
talk
another
shop.
roll for that particular maneuver. Yes, Derek? What was that?
I'm gonna talk shop with his cousin, this guy, Tarmac.
Actually,
to
just
see
a friend of his, not actually
Oh.
connected with his family at all.
Oh well, I misunderstood then. Just basically trying to see how he made sure that this was all mechanical and sussing out whether or not there are any potential risks that we're going to be subjected to based on the car design.
Oh, I took the
That make
engine
sense?
out of an '86 Mack truck, as well as the transmission. Since it's up raised, that shit can hang down underneath the frame and still be fine. Had to add on to the frame for that, well, the only wiring in it is for the headlights.
So minimalist fuse box.
No fuse box.
Straight running.
If you got fuse box and you go in a radiated area, all your fuses are going to blow. So no fuses.
That's what I was worried about.
I put circuit breakers in instead.
Oh, so you're running them through. Let's hope that the heat dissipation is good, but it is kind of open air.
Yep, open air cooled, plus a radiator in there as well.
I only have one question. How much would it cost to attach 2 metal straps to the ceiling and roof of this vehicle so that I could stand on top of it with my feet strapped to it while he runs over those cars and launches it into the air?
That's not really possible. It's too small of a surface.
Counter
But
question.
It's a
I
roof.
already modified it so that the hatchback opens completely up, and you can be harnessed to that.
But I want to stand on it
I
and
want-
surf it.
I wanted to sleep in that hatchback.
Well, as long as you're okay with facing backwards, you can do that
Very sweet.
from the hatch. Sleeping in the hatchback? You must like curling up in small spaces.
I thought Fandel was gonna be
Yeah.
like, I have a question. Do you feel lucky? like just
We're taking this. Well, yeah, we were giving it to you.
well, do you?
You already
Huh?
paid.
Oh, that's a nice check for it. Yeah, you actually do the whole monster truck rally thing, launch up, land on it, bounce a little, and keep right on going.
What I imagine is Skipper Tom does all these badass maneuvers and then drifts his way into a break right in front of us as the car
So-
spins and then stops, and he steps out and slaps the roof of the thing and goes, "This baby could fit so much spaghetti."
There's so many gigawatts in this.
He ends up pointing out where all the circuit breakers are, or they're built into the dash, and he says, if they all pop, just grab this lever and pull, and it'll put them all back in.
Cool. Nice.
Wait, did
Hey.
you say that the roof is too small to put any handholds on?
Yeah.
How, if it fits 4 people, is the roof too small for me to stand on my 2 feet? My feet are not the size of 4 people.
Because it's curved.
The
A Mini
hatchback
Cooper says 4
covers
people.
over to half of the back seat, and then the front seat has a sunroof.
Oh man, it's got a sunroof.
So
Gotta watch
yeah,
for leaks.
I have a
That came
question.
standard with
But it
that.
has a sunroof.
I have a question. Yeah. So like
You
the
can't
sun-
stand on top. You can just stand and put your head through the sunroof.
Not if Duke keeps calling shotgun, I can't.
I have a question. I made 2 rolls to put it through its paces. So I'd
Mhm.
like to understand what kind of difficulty I'm looking at to basically take sharp corners in this thing. Is it harder
Deal with lots of rubble.
or dealing with lots of rubble and that kind of stuff? What kind of difficulties am I looking at for doing certain kinds of actions?
Well, because it is top heavy, sharp turns are a little more difficult, but your 17 was good enough for that with a little to spare.
So,
And
a
then
15.
when going over the rubble, that 20 was exactly what you needed
All right,
to
20
do
to,
it at speed.
20 to go over intense rubble like how jump
At
cars
speed.
are, and 15 to take sharp corners. Okay, that helps me out to
And
understand.
that's at speed.
At
If you
speed.
go slower, it's obviously easier.
Got it. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm done here. I think we can get to the hot zone with this.
Oh,
Unless anybody else wants to talk to Tarmac here and ask him for anything, I think we're done here. Tarmac, I'll be taking this car off your hands, and like you said, I'll owe you for this. Hopefully, I can bring this this boat back.
If not, you still owe me.
Of course.
So here's the deal. Eventually, we replace the wheels, she says, with metal legs like a spider. And we have a GMC Pacer or an AMC Pacer with a turret where the sunroof used to be because sunroofs are stupid with giant metal legs like a spider.
Setting up as a
Are we
quad
trying to take
girl
over
walk.
Metroplex?
as long as I get shotgun.
Eh.
You know, I'm gonna buy you a shotgun just so you can have a shotgun and stop sitting in the seat up there.
Who owns a shotgun?
Don't we all?
Why do you call shotgun?
Because
you-
I'm Duke it. I gotta sit in front.
Because he's easier to see through the front
'Cause-
windshield that way.
Because only men get to ride up front. The women get to sit in the back.
Because I'm prettier. All right. That's
Only
it.
You know
men
I'm
drive.
heavily armed, right? You know what happened to the last person who made sexist comments to me, right?
Nah, I don't like driving anyway. I get road rage.
I'll put a glitch patch on you so fast you don't even know.
Hey, you don't know how I
Why?
relax. Maybe my relaxed state is violence.
I dig it.
I get really chill when I'm actually angry.
So, like, you're
I
a
don't.
Twitter troll.
I
Maybe
think
that's
that,
how I roll.
I think that carries for Benjab.
Yeah.
You know, I actually took. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually told James to give me a one skill point in '80s pop culture, just so I can make these references.
You don't understand. Goku's power level is way over 10 million by the time he fights Majin Buu. You don't know what you're talking about.
Over
so
9,000.
relaxed. So
Let's not bring up the fact that in GT he got his ass kicked by a bunch of people who danced and turned on speakers.
Let's not change the fact that GT was horrible.
It was.
Oh my god. Never mentioning that again.
this is what happens when you make one off-color joke. You go spiraling off into tangent land.
We gotta get
Chlorophyll
into
man
the
over there
hot
talking
zone.
about who knows what, and all I want to do is get to the hot zone.
We got to get in the hot zone so that Duke it finally knows where he belongs.
Again, this is why I don't like driving.
The hot zone sounds
Would
like,
have been dead by now.
you know, the hot zone sounds like the final challenge you do in a Nickelodeon like game show. Like a Nickelodeon game show. You've made it to the hot zone. Yay!
We just need Archer to come out and be like, "Danger zone." No, nobody else watches Archer. Oh man,
Oh yeah, I'm just chewing pizza.
it's too late now.
Well,
Too late.
it's over. We're in the hot zone.
We're in the hot zone.
All right,
so
all right.
you drive back over to about here, which is the nearest point to the old bank zone in the hot zone.
By the way, shift click,
Uh,
shift and hold and click. There you go. Thank you.
It forces everybody's screen to where you're at.
And I assume you put on the spacesuits at that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, I put on the spacesuit before we got into the car. Before I got into that big behemoth thing, I definitely put on the spacesuit, like sitting like this in the backseat, like that kid from A
Christmas Story.
who can't move. Yeah,
I
That's me in
can't
the
put
back seat
my
of the
arms
car.
down.
yeah, that's me in the hatchback.
We just tell Ophelia to put her arms down when we get to school.
Well, the workman's spacesuits actually are comfortable to wear and slim and fit fairly well for being off the rack kind of design.
I
And
couldn't remember if you mentioned that they were pressurized or not, so I just
Yeah.
went with it.
yeah, they're full on spacesuits. So yeah, they're pressurized, but they also aren't forcing your arms in weird ways and things like that. They have a minor exoskeletal muscle system to help with movement while in it, so you're not actually impeded.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
moving in a pressurized suit is just the worst.
Yeah, they've talked about compression bands for being able to combat the strain of a vacuum on pulling your skin out.
Well,
and
Duke
help
gets
with
part of
blood
a
regulation.
band. Do you know compression?
No.
Gonna learn some compression music, and then we'll have a compression.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Just don't use FLAC. The others are compressed, right? Or don't use AUG.
I was
fine.
thinking about going with AAC when compressing my files. Actually, it's not even a compressed form. It's like fucking.
An uncompressed form, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
How you can tell the difference between compressed and non-compressed audio. A compressed music file is like 3.46 megabytes.
Another one is
A
like,
non-compressed is like 100.
yeah, it's fucking huge. The difference is huge.
And that compressed one plays like
Just get FLAC files, man. You'll be great. FLAC and OGG.
you got 3 possible targets to go towards initially: the Eurobank, the Arasaka Bank, or the Militech Bank.
Which one does Zero need us to go to first? What's the plan?
She doesn't care. It's all up to us.
Oh.
Yeah, though she did say that the Arasaka one would cause the least.
The most, yeah. There was one that caused the most
alerts.
amount of noise.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
no,
do
we
the,
all got that boon. Let's go to the worst.
let's try and keep this like low and quiet as long as we can. Let me get back into character here. Let's keep this as low and quiet as fast as we can. As far as we can. I think if
And the Militech one would be the noisiest, effectively.
the one that's under the radar, the one that nobody cares about, that's the one we go to first. Then we'll hit
Arasaka.
right.
Arasaka is going to be hot. I say the other one.
What are
People are going to be watching Arasaka.
Yeah, we don't want ones where people are watching it. We want ones
Didn't
where
James just say that Arasaka was the quietest because they abandoned it?
Mm-hmm.
right. So Arasaka,
There is no corp structure to worry about
Yeah,
setting off alerts to and things like that.
I would imagine the one with the lowest security would also be the one where the most locals would be trying to scavenge. That's why I was like, maybe we don't want to go to that one first, because that might cause us.
Well, from what Zero's told you, all 3 of these banks are somewhat buried under rubble. Well, the entrances on all 3 have not been touched. That's why they're the targets.
wait,
The ones that have been forced into by scavengers and things like that, she's not even put them on the list.
So we're gonna make noise no matter what.
Yeah, some,
Which one
but
we go to? It's just which one's gonna. These don't have an alarm necessarily. It's gonna be our construction noise breaking down or breaking into these facilities.
yep.
here's another question we gotta worry about. How long are we gonna be in this radiation zone? I mean, our suits.
I'm
are
sure we have
nice.
the not the Geiger counter, but what is it called? There's a
Rad patch.
a patch. Yeah, rad patch. We probably have rad patches on the suit that track at a certain point. It gets discolored, and that's how you know you're at your dosage. You have a certain number of grays you can take
Rad
before you're
patches.
like.
Now, the suits
Yeah,
that you
it's
have,
serious.
the suits that you're wearing will keep you perfectly safe in this level of radiation because it's used to dealing with the amount of radiation of open space, which is a lot worse.
They're just it's a patch that in like 90s font says rad, and if it ever turns blue, you're fucked.
Well, we have to consider
I
more.
think it's actually white, and then as time goes on, it gets black dots, and then it'll become fully black when you're
What we
at
have
your
to
full
actually
red dose.
consider ourselves more is not the radiation, but the fact that we have a supplied air supply in these pressurized suits that will run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 3 days.
All right, then we're just fine.
I
It also
feel
has
Fandub
water-
has a personal grudge against Arasaka, so she's really pushing Arasaka.
Yeah, you can pee in these, and it produces water.
Hmm.
Hey,
It also collects your sweat for the same thing.
Hey, I've always wanted a still suit from Dune.
it's like, can you pee in these? And the other guy says yes. So this guy just immediately starts going, and the other guy clarifies, like, you can go to the bathroom in any type of clothing. What are you talking about?
Where else do you go to the bathroom?
I wouldn't recommend it, but yes.
Yes, you can.
Aw, my boots are filled with water now.
Now, Fandub, you know
Mhm.
your drone's not going to be useful in this area. Because
Okay.
it will fry.
Well, I don't need it for this mission. I'm not taking as much weapons as I am planning to eventually have. I don't need my caddy. But Fandub, it does say my personal grudge is against Arasaka, so I say we hit them first just to make me feel good.
Okay. Wherever we
And
hit
Ophelia
first,
probably wants to hit Arasaka first because
Everybody,
maybe there's access.
everybody hates Arasaka.
whoever we hit first, we're gonna have to map like the next. We're gonna go to the next closest one, and then the furthest one, and then get out of the hot zone. We're gonna make as straight a line as we can from in to out, or a triangle, in, back out. So, like for example, if I'm gonna show you on the map, if the first one is here, and the second one is here, and the third one is here, we can either go this way or that way. Or if the first one is here, the second one is here, and the third one is here, we can go this way to that way, or that way to this way.
Well, it's all in the bank block area. Here, let me move these tokens off of it. The old bank block.
So they're all over here, right?
Yeah, they're all
So-
within that. The Arasaka one is the one deepest because it was closest to the epicenter. Because it was the Arasaka tower that blew up.
Yeah, you're looking at the old
So
corp
it's about
centers where we're
there.
All
Well,
right.
then I have another argument for Arasaka, because if we hit the one deepest in, then we
agree.
hit the one that's next deepest in, and the next one that's on the edge. We will be heading in the correct direction.
I
to
agree.
be
I agree
leaving.
with that assessment. I'm with you on that. I think we should go Arasaka
Well, that
first. for
happens to work out on quietest to noisiest.
Yeah.
Because Arasaka closest to the center, Eurobank next closest,
The other thing that's good
and
about
the
that,
military one is actually towards the edge.
the other thing that's good about that is if at any point we decide to blow this and just cut the mission short, we'll have already gotten something from Arasaka, or as we go up in danger.
And here's the last thing. The further into the hot zone we're gonna be, the less likely information is gonna get back out to people who care about that kind of information. So this is. Do we have any cons against this? Do we have people like no, Duke it?
I'm already
I'm
in the
ready.
suit. I'm
I'm ready
fine.
to go. I say
I'm
we
sorry, I
do it.
had a lag spike there, so
You
any
didn't miss
cons was where it started to cut out.
We're gonna go to Arasaka first. Then we're gonna go to the next one in line, and then we're gonna go to the furthest one towards the edge of the hot zone, and then we're gonna come out. That's our plan. That's what we're doing. Arasaka first. In the pacer. Let's go.
Pandub says, just think, in the Arasaka vault, since they were one of the people directly part of it, there might even be information as to what happened and why the Red Sky came in the first place.
That's actually why Ophelia would be very much pushing for us Arasaka too, because she'd want those files.
I mean, they were directly involved.
And we can sing the old French song about Arasaka.
This is where my family got split apart.
Arasaka.
Crystal, smack him again.
We really need a virtual plastic lightsaber to hit him with.
Ding dang dong. Ding dang dong.
All right. Are you driving fast at all to get to the Arasaka zone, or are you just driving?
I guess I'm just drive. We got the car. And
Okay.
Yeah, let's not put too much damage on the car before we have to.
like, can she fly the car in there?
No, she doesn't have means of picking up because it's a vectored thrust.
I figured. So we're just gonna have to drive the car on in. Are there barricades that we have to get over and stuff like that?
Sort of. There's warning signs and a chain link
Like-
fence, but there's lots of gaps.
So no one patrols it and keeps people out.
No, there's people who live in it.
If
Right.
you want
we'd
to
have to
commit
worry about the
suicide
people
and
who-
live there, that's fine.
They just put up warning signs saying, "Hey, radiation past this point."
No one
Or
wants
stalkers. Don't forget, there are stalkers of this area too, like the Chernobyl exclusion zone.
Yeah.
People will go in here trying to do exactly
We-
what we're doing.
We want you to
Or
guard the
other
hot
options.
zone and make sure no one gets in. I'm not guarding the hot zone. That's the hot zone. I could get cancer. I'm not going anywhere near there. I get
Pretty
it. I get
much.
it.
Yeah, but if you don't, we'll cut out all your like cyberware that we put in you, or put a dead man switch in your head, and then you're forced.
There might be in some areas like towards Little Europe and the Glen and University District sides where there are lawmen who try to keep people from going in and keep people from coming out. But Old Japantown, Little China area, Upper Marina, they kind of just go, if you're going in there, you're on your own.
All right. Well, we're on our own. Let's go.
All right. Since I'm in shotgun, like always, I'd like to consistently along the way keep an eye out. Should I just roll perception or?
Sure.
All right.
That's
You
a
are
good
lucky
perception.
tonight.
25.
Just for now.
All right, 25. That means that pretty much you see everything there is to be seen. There are small structures built of rubble along the way. There's no real clear paths. There are gaunt, skinny, obviously starving and sick people kind of staring at you as you go by.
All right. All right.
I'm sitting in the hatchback facing backwards in case I see
You
any
also
like
see,
threat things.
some places where they've piled up rebar and other materials that could be salvaged from here. Yeah, they're radioactive, but somebody is going to buy metal.
Like the people who tried to steal cars from the occlusion zone around Chernobyl. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, they're still irradiated, buddy.
Guess what? Metal holds on to radiation.
So do shoes, though, and pants.
And skin and organs.
Yeah, but that stuff dies off real quick.
And you arrive at the area that's marked on the map without any real problems. Ophelia, from your virtuality, I mean, Zero gave you a program so that you would see the entry under the rubble when you looked at
I was
it.
gonna say earlier that I was gonna be using my virtuality eyes to
All right.
keep an eye out.
Everybody, this is very important. Lock the doors before you leave. And this is how you do it. There's a little button, and if you push it down, it's locked. And you pull it up, it's unlocked. I know it seems weird. Just push it down after you open the
There
door.
isn't one on the back here. How do I do it?
The back seat doesn't have doors.
Yeah, you just look. You pull this lever, and the seat comes forward.
Oh,
What kind of ancient technology is this?
This is how our
Almost-
forefathers did it. This is how the
It's
Were you not
Indians.
almost a century-old technology.
This is
were you
how.
not paying attention to what Tarmac said?
This is how the Indians drove around the plains before the white man came.
Fan Dub scratches her chin and says, "Hey kids, I didn't think about this, but is anyone giving serious thought to how we're getting under that rubble?"
I have a phosphorus grenade.
Isn't that why you brought your spider drone?
No, did not bring it because it would fry.
All right.
Did y'all not bring the shovels?
Is my perception roll still active? Can I look around to make another one to look and see how bad this is?
I'm gonna make a perception roll too, just to get two people on this.
There's chunks, but nothing really large.
Well, I guess we do it the old-fashioned way.
Like, let me real quick look at your
Are you
various
kidding me?
boxes.
None of y'all brought tools.
This
let
was
me
Zero's
check.
plan.
I frustratedly get out of the back seat, pull out my bag, my carry-all.
Bag of holding.
From
Dear.
inside my carry-all, I pull out a tech bag. I drag that bag over toward the rubble, and I pull out a cutting torch.
Yeah, Ducat and Ophelia are not strong enough to just be picking up chunks and tossing them. But
Am I?
Fandub and Skipper Tom are.
Oh, then I just pick up chunks and toss them. And if
I
they're
am not
really
strong
heavy, we
enough-
can always tie them to the monster truck and drag them.
Did y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we heard you.
Really?
You got a cutting torch.
So I
mean,
mean, I could just cut these things into smaller pieces.
The ones where where the rebar's what's blocking the way, sure, but concrete don't burn so easy.
I was just thinking we would save cutting them if we absolutely had
use-
to.
Yeah, but we can use wires,
yeah, it's
ball
unfortunate.
bearings, and a hammer to break
It's
concrete.
unfortunate we didn't bring a claymore or two.
No. I'm serious. All you need to do is get some ball. Look, I have ball bearings. We could use these screws too, or these bolts. And then all you got to do is line them up in a line along the concrete, and then hammer them.
Guys, we do have kind of a time limit. I could just pick it up and toss it.
I'm picking them up and tossing them. These are all great ideas. You should get to work on that.
I'm going to.
I use
the
engineering
attempt to help.
to break
And then-
the concrete. This is like actually a super simple thing to do in real life.
Well, I'll say you can use that to help brace up the sides to open up the entry and make it so that it doesn't all just fall back in.
Which would be bad.
All right, I'm going
You
to
want to make
take
an engineering
my.
roll for that?
I'm going to take my Danger Kitty motif gun out and just kind of patrol around, keep an eye out, and just make sure. There's
Make it a
nothing
contest
out of
between
nowhere.
me and Skipper Tom to see who can chuck their concrete the furthest.
I bribe my concrete using my bribery skill to make it just move out of my way.
Ah, the superpower of money. Batman is proud.
This scraggly older guy does come up towards Dukit, kind of going, "What you guys doing?"
Shoot him.
I'm going to literally. Can I choke this guy out? I just want to knock him out. Just want to knock him
Well,
out.
well, as you step up towards him to do that, he kind of flinches back and goes, "Hey man, man, you want me to go away? €5 or a bliss patch, either one. I'll go away."
No. I'm gonna point the gun at him. I'm gonna tell him to sit down.
Okay, I'm sitting. You got any money I can have?
Maybe if
We're
you
not
sit
paying you, freak.
Maybe if you sit there quietly.
How about some food? You got food?
If you sit there quietly.
Okay, then he's quiet.
All right.
Dukit takes no prisoners.
There's
Next
Fandub
thing-
over there just dutifully moving concrete. Normally, she's the one who's like, I gotta kill. This guy comes up, this old guy, I'm starving. It's like, fuck you, I'm gonna choke you out. You've gone too far, old man.
He sings beautifully to sold out shows and takes no prisoners. Dukit.
Takes no prisoners.
So
Damn,
after
man, I
about a
thought I was
half
the
hour
violent one.
of digging, you do get to a stairwell that is open and going down.
Hey, where did these stairs go?
Down.
I just wanted someone to say that.
Let's get going. We don't. We have the codes and everything for the bank vaults and stuff like that, right? What do we have? What's the? What
We have nothing. We have to all do it all ourselves. That's
Fandub
why I
brought
brought
explosives.
explosives and an Ophelia.
And Ophelia has code cracking programs as well as a blowtorch.
Oh right. Well, I guess we go down.
The 10,000 we paid for Zero was for the information and these suits.
20K.
What information?
Where it is.
Okay.
All right.
Where it
As
is,
I-
what it is.
As I hear Fandub ask where these stairs go, I'm going to take out some glow paint and I'm gonna paint the guy, so he's got like a target on his back. And then I'm going to give him a bliss patch.
Duke it is kind of a carrot and stick guy. You get both.
Yeah. I just don't want to. I want him walking off and being a target. I don't want him walking off and setting one on our backs.
He's gesturing and making motions because you haven't told him he can talk, and he's
I'm
going.
just gonna walk away. Just gonna walk away.
And that's how Duke helps with the elderly problem.
Walking away. Just gonna
Yo.
walk up to everybody else and ignore the guy.
I think. Oh, Ophelia's not here at the moment.
Yeah, we need to get everybody together so we can get down.
We need Ophelia to check out this door.
Get down.
What door? You haven't gotten to a door yet.
Yeah.
You said there was a door.
There's stairs.
No, I said there were stairs.
Okay, we go down the stairs.
All right. So Fandub leads the way down the stairs. I will also.
And these
follow her.
work suits have lights built in.
This is a good time to take out my katana.
Probably.
I don't
Alright.
want to do too much shooting unless I absolutely have to because I don't know the stability of the environment around me.
Right. I have a bat with some spikes in it and a gun.
She shows off her mono katana that glows purple to everybody and cycles through rainbow colors.
I have
Well,
a
it
bat
does
with-
one or the other.
I
Either
have
it glows purple or it cycles.
Well, it's cycling at the moment.
I have a bat with a spike in it, and it works very well.
I got this. It's got a little cat head on the bottom.
All right, you guys start going down the stairwell. Well, at the bottom of it, there is a fire door.
All right. Can someone put out the fire door?
I was gonna say, can someone cast, stop fire?
Immunity
I'm
to
just gonna
fire.
run up and kick the door down.
Wait!
Okay, that's a body check.
I was about to. I have
No, Duke it already
sorry.
flying kick to the door.
Yep, he jumps and kicks it and lands back on his feet, and absolutely nothing has changed.
I would have given him like a hit point of damage as his femur goes up into his hip.
My
He
my
didn't
body
roll a
is
one.
literally only 3, and I rolled a 3.
Duke
He,
it?
he didn't roll a 1, so
Yeah.
Duke it? Maybe you should stand back for a moment and see if our tech genius Ophelia could open it.
I mean, it's not. I'm not a genius. It's just have a fire extinguisher. If it's on fire, just
It's a
extinguish the fire.
fire door,
I just
not
always
a
wanted to
fire.
do
you know
that.
what I mean by a fire door.
It's not made of fire. It's to escape
Oh.
fire.
And besides, your Ophelia's intelligence is an 8. That is bottom rung genius.
Yeah.
He puts a hand on Ophelia's shoulder and says, "Take the compliment."
So I will just walk up to the door. Is it? It's. I'm assuming it's not electronic. Because if it was electronic, it would be delammed at this point. So I look for a. Usually, what they do is they have that bar across the door, and in the center there's a key where you can unlock it to get access.
That's apparently on the other side.
So this side has the handle then with just the cool. So then I'm going to use electronic security. I pull out my auto picker and I start going at it.
Okay. Let me see if you actually have a better skill for that, because it's not actually electronic because it has no power.
We could blowtorch it and just cut.
It's called
Ah, you do.
electronic / security tech.
You
And
got pick lock.
oh yeah, I can do pick lock.
So what you're doing is picking lock, and you're using a tool that makes it easier. So
I always
Please, quickly, before
That-
Duke
that's a
hurts
great-
himself.
That's a great point because I thought security tech would be what I would needed, but pick
no,
lock. I don't know why I was-
electronic security
Oh.
tech is like for keypads.
Yeah, I
card
don't know why
swipes.
what I was thinking.
like that.
I totally just overlooked pick lock. I was
Pick
super
lock
dumb
is
of-
for the actual tumbler based things.
right.
and since it's
18.
Just a fire door and not a security door, 18 is more than enough.
All right.
So you pop that bad boy open.
I flip my little auto picker proudly and turn around and go, and we're in.
All right, I'll go first.
This is what happens when you grow up on the streets.
Now, inside that doorway, there are basically two paths, one that goes straight forward and one that branches off to the right. There are signs up, but they're in Japanese.
I don't speak Japanese. I look sad.
Or do you?
Wait, what?
Why don't I speak Japanese? I should
Because
speak
you
Japanese.
speak Ukrainian.
Can you? How much does it cost to get a language?
The same as any other skill.
Can I please speak Japanese and just say I did it? Because that's the
You don't have
stupidest
the
thing we ever
points
learned.
anymore. You spent
That's
them
the
on them.
stupidest thing. She points at it and says,
That way.
"Why?"
That's why you're fan dub.
Well, that could be. She says, "Does anyone speak Japanese?"
I don't
I
know.
feel so
Tom is
stupid.
English.
I don't understand moon runes. Thank you.
English
Wait a minute. She just
Hadouken.
holds up. She just holds up her. She just holds up Vision and says, "Vision, take a picture and run translate on it."
Agent Fred.
5 minutes till translation complete.
Good Lord.
I mean, Google Translate.
Limited signal.
Yeah.
Wait, your agent?
Yeah,
Are you using our agent to try to translate this?
We probably
Exact-
shouldn't, considering the radiation.
Radiation levels dangerous. Shutting down.
Put that back in my suit
I just
because
giggle.
that was dumb.
I-
She says, "All right, well,
I pull up on my screen a direct link to a translation service, and then start having it digitally translate into my.
I mean, can you connect to anything in this area?
Probably I have an extended cyber deck,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the extended
and
range.
I actually have the skill to get an even longer range connection.
The extended range is 8 meters.
Oh.
You're several miles in.
That's fair.
I could just see you
Um,
be like putting a cable into your head and giving it to like Duke it and be like, I need you to get to the top of that pile of rubble and hold it up really high.
I think interface has one of the skills inside of interface lets me do further boosting of my signal. I'm not
Yeah,
sure which
but not
part of it,
that far.
and if it would be capable of picking up a signal. Well, because I imagine that satellite signals still come down.
Can
Might
I
be able to
do-
get
Not,
some kind
not
of-
underground where you're at.
Can I do education roll and then like with the disadvantage never done before to try and guess? Maybe see if I see something familiar.
Sure. Sure, that actually could work.
it says we're fucked."
Decent roll. Okay. You don't know exactly what the signs say because, well, you don't actually know the language. But you're pretty sure that one's saying vault. Something about vault that way. And that one's saying something about a core.
All right, so I'm
So
gonna
straight
tell
ahead
you-
should be the core, and the to the right might be the vault. You think?
All right, so I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be like, I think this way is the vault, and I think that way is a core. Though I don't know for sure, but I feel like that is right.
All right. Do we need to go to the core first to get the computer information, or do we want to go to the vault first?
I vote core.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think we
well.
should go to the core first, especially if there's security measures around here that are still activated. The core will probably like have information on how to defeat those things.
How deep in are we, and is there emergency lighting?
There is no emergency lighting. There is no power source down here.
We got
Well,
headlights.
yeah, but some of them have like internal, generators that run for a long, long time. I don't know if this
Not-
building would have
but not 20 years long.
Depends.
But your suits have headlamps.
Yeah.
That's how you're seeing right now.
Well, that's what I imagine something. I also have a bunch of like a flashlight.
All right, I'm just gonna say I go wherever Ophelia goes because she's the only one who can do either of these things.
You're also heading toward the core. I don't imagine it's like a power core. I imagine it's like a computing core, and so that would be more interesting to me.
We could probably steal the whole computer core.
You
And
pass
if it
by,
isn't an energy core, that also could be really interesting.
you pass by a door that has some writing on it. If you push that door open, you see it's an old power room with a bunch of wires and things like that. It looks fried and like there was a fire in here at one point.
Mm.
You continue on and you get to the doors to the computer room, which were computer controlled and power based, and they're now sitting about this far open.
There's an override for these. I start looking for a panel.
Perception.
Oh, we need to add bonuses to that. +2 + 2, so +4, 23.
You were still good enough there. You find the emergency access panel. It was a keypad thing, but there's no power. So
Yeah.
crowbar.
I do have a pry bar, so I'll use a pry bar to pull open the panel and look
Well,
for
maybe
the.
you should let either Fandub or Skipper Tom do that with your body stat.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I'll do it that
I'm
way if
just saying
there's hideous.
I have one, so if somebody can open it, that would be
I'll
great.
do it that way if there's any hideous mutant spiders in there. I can be the first to be attacked.
I hear they're tasty.
Hey,
Especially dipped in milk, she
Hi-
says, crying
Hideous
on the
mutant
door.
spiders is good.
Okay, you
eating.
can either do a body roll or an athletics roll.
Well, athletics would be better because it gives me more points. All I have to do is find athletics. Body skills. There we go. There you go.
Wow, same numbers that Ophelia got. All right.
Which was only one more than Duke had, and Duke had a -1 to his check for some reason.
hey.
If he didn't have that -1, he would have been 19.
Apparently, Roll20's liking 19s tonight. Anyway,
Right.
yeah, that's very easily pried open, and once you get it wedged right.
Mutant
And-
spiders?
No,
All right. She hands the pry bar back to a. Maybe I'll just hold on to the pry bar for a little bit.
and
But, yeah, I
inside
have another
there
one.
is the crank lever, and it's somewhat rusted.
Should I go ahead and crank this?
Yeah, you're
So
probably
it's
gonna
lovely.
need 2 people. Here's another pry bar. I hand it to for Tom.
You
I
bet.
can get in
Let's
that.
get. Let's do this thing. It's
I get
I'm
some
surprised
crank.
how ripply your muscles are, considering that you work at a fishing world.
well. You ever been fishing?
No.
It is
And
very
carrying the
demanding.
fish around and cooking and preparing and lifting and hauling and moving all that
In
stuff
fact,
around.
you have to crank these cranks a lot to get your sails up and down.
She says all commercial fishermen are athletic. It's
Perfect
a known
work
fact.
for you. Then I clap you on the shoulder.
Don't break an arm.
Start a cranking.
Athletics check for whoever's working on it. If there's more than one, who's the primary and who's the assistant?
I don't care. My body. We're doing body checks.
Athletics or body.
Okay, athletic skill. Got it. Ooh.
My body is 8,
My body is 7 with a 2 athletics.
so I should probably
My
be
body
the
is
primary.
ready.
Why? Because you have more athletics.
Yeah, also a 4 there.
Okay, sounds good to me. Well, I just rolled, and it's really amazing.
Yep. You're definitely being very helpful.
Yeah.
You're being more helpful, in fact.
All right. So that add 5 from your crit success is actually being added to Fandubs. And that means that you guys actually crank this to open enough for people to get through pretty easily.
Cranking up the big balls, cranking out the big balls, cranking out the big balls.
The moment it is wide enough for me to fit through with my bulbous head structure, I'm through.
All right.
Wait,
As soon as you're through, something activates on the other side. You see lights light up, and a humanoid form stands up and goes, "Trespassers will be eliminated."
Yeah, that CPU motherboard is not going to be faring well, bud.
haha, suck it, Johnny Five.
Actually, that's not a robot. That's a dragoon. That's a cyborg that's been sitting here in standby mode for 20 years.
Boy, that is
And
a
dragoons
thing.
are psycho murder
Yeah,
machines.
that's like a cyber psycho.
Actually, I'm sorry, this is the wrong model. This is the Arasaka version, which is called an Oni. And then you realize that this is actually wearing power armor on top of it to be called a Dioni, which a Dioni can take on 2 dragoons at once.
Van says, "Hey guys, I just want to point out how much that thing is worth, even broken.
How did
There
he
is
see
that.
me?
That is worth a fortune."
I don't
in
have my
parts.
light. I don't have
Oh.
my light on. How did he see
Oh,
me?
you realize when you look down at the rad detector, inside the computer core, there is no radiation.
This motherfucker literally starved to death.
Yep. Stayed in standby mode for 20 years, had nanites keeping his brain alive and using up nutrients. And then as soon as he woke up, burned through the last of his energy.
Yep.
My lord, this is worth a lot of money.
I just look dumbfounded at that, and then immediately start scanning the rest of the room, like full vision enhancement, like zooming into fucking corners of the room, like what the fuck is in here?
I will
Okay,
also
give me
be
a
looking
perception.
around the room for anything useful, guns, chips, anything like that.
Okay,
I grab
Ophelia,
Skipper
Why you
Tom's
gotta
shoulder.
why you gotta be out shining me like that? Roll the exact same number as me, but also get a critical success. Come on.
hold on. There's also the fact that you're looking for different things.
Yeah.
Ophelia's looking for threats, and Dukett's looting.
Is that, you said that the Dragoon, the Oni, is wearing a power suit.
Yep, a Dione power suit.
Is it radiation shielded?
You don't know.
I'm gonna go check because I want to
There
wear
haven't
it.
been any of these active in America in 20 years.
I want it. It's a mech. I want a mech. I want this mech.
You'll have to have your brain ripped out of your body and put into it then.
I don't want the Oni part. That can go away. I
Well,
just
the
want
power armor
suit.
only works with the Oni.
Well, we know intelligent tech people. We can have things done.
But Ophelia sees no other threats.
Intelligent, not a miracle worker.
Ophelia doesn't see any other threats. There's deactivated cameras pointing in here, but obviously they have no power. Dukitt, there's the computer core, there's a couple manuals in Japanese, and there's the Dione with a massive sword.
All right, James, we've run out of time. If you want to run, are we good? Can we stop here, or do we need to go for a little bit more?
I think everybody being shocked by the Dione and then finding it dead actually is a good stopping point.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, well, you obviously like this video because you watched it all the way through. So hit that like button. Tell your friends, tell your family you like Dead Unicorn. We're out of here, everybody. Say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.